Thanks for joining us. Get ready for the NBA here on 2K Sports. Friday Hoops Fest coming up next. It's the San Antonio Spurs going up against the Miami Heat. And that's it for us in the studio. To call all the action, let's go out to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. I'll see you again at halftime.
We've got a chance now for our starting lineups from point guard to center. This game should be a good one. First for the Spurs, Parker and Danny Green are your 1 and your 2. And in the middle, out of Brazil, taken with the 28th pick back in 2008. The 6'11" pivot man, Thiago Splitter. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Duncan in at the 4. And for the Heat, Chalmers and D. Wade are the guards. And playing at the 5, the overly versatile 6'11" star big man, able to score inside and out, Chris Bosh. And it's LeBron James, and it's Haslam in at the 4 slot.
Well, Miami stormed through the regular season and were viewed as the clear-cut favorites to come out of the East, but it was not as easy as expected. After sweeping Milwaukee, the Bulls gave them a scare, then the Pacers really took the lead all the way to Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals.
And for the Heat, the Pacers were their first real test, it seemed, and they had to survive a win or go home against them. It almost seemed, Clark, to take away any momentum they might have had when they went up against the Spurs in the finals.
You know, it's interesting. When I think of momentum in the playoffs, it doesn't carry over from game to game or series to series. I think each game, Kevin, is really an entity in and of itself. That said, Miami found a way, despite being pushed by the Pacers and being pushed by the Spurs, both to Game 7. It came down to LeBron James's brilliance, but also the hot shooting of a complimentary role-playing winner, Shane Battier.
And the basket by Chalmers.
You can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
The Spurs have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. And I think Doris Burke has some for us right now. Doris?
Well, Kevin, Greg Popovich had a few moments to share with me. There haven't been many players that have the physical prowess of LeBron James, and he knows that this is going to pose a lot of problems for his team. He told me the most amazing thing to him about LeBron was that he has the ability to be a force at virtually any position on the floor, from point guard to center. He can and does do it all, guys.
And thank you for that, Doris. Good ball movement here by the Heat, and that one's good.
His presence is very comforting for this team. He's kind of a fallback option for them anytime they need it.
You know, Miami went to that smaller lineup last season, and a big change in that was having Chris Bosh move over to the 5 spot. Not his natural position, but I thought he held his own both offensively and defensively playing in the middle.
And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession.
Well, I think that pass caught him off guard, but he showed us board hands, too.
For Miami, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. Wade against Parker. Wade, good. And for Bosh, playing the center, Steve, he's giving up some weight out there.
But he's a very smart defender. He avoids fouls, and the way the league is these days, Kevin, most teams play smaller, and Bosh can normally find a center that he can guard without too much trouble. But there are a few matchups around the league that are a problem.
Well, they got the speed and the pressure of that Miami defense. You think they're able to compensate for any lack of size inside by using those other things.
Yeah, that's normally the case against, I would say, the vast majority of the league.
Here's LeBron. Haslam. Another shot. Green with the rebound. He kicks it to Splitter. Parker outside. 5 to shoot. And a foul on the shot. They'll go to the strike for 2.
Tony Parker had a phenomenal 2011-2012 campaign, but as is the case with Greg Popovich, he challenged Parker to improve upon that for last season. Popovich told him good players can be great for a little bit, but great players are always great. And that really resonated with Parker.
Think about how great Parker's been. Forgot his career almost came to an end in the summer of 2012. This is a very interesting part of his career.
That's right. He was an innocent bystander at a club in New York when a melee erupted and bottles were thrown. He got a shard of glass that penetrated almost through his left eye. Very easily could have lost his vision and lost his career.
Boris Diaz checked in for Splitter.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
Yeah, me too, Clark. I think anytime you have success pounding the ball inside, you got to continue to go to the well.
Wade, headed by Green. Parker against Chalmers. Back to Wade. The Heat need to get a shot off. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. San Antonio leading. Parker with it. Now guarded by Mario Chalmers. That's good. Green's got 7 points.
Well, Kevin, probably his greatest value lies in his tremendous three-point shooting. He's out on the perimeter, and he gives them the ability to really stretch the defense out.
And offensively, you'll find him often lurking on those corners. Always a high percentage shot among three-pointers, and especially for him.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
He really made that mismatch pay off. A defender giving up that much size isn't going to be able to put up much resistance near the basket. You know, a big part of why the Spurs were so good last season, guys, was that they were able to finish games strong. You think a group of vets might run out of gas, but the opposite was true with this group. They turned it up down the stretch and were one of the most productive teams in the league in terms of fourth-quarter points. Boy, that's finishing the defense there. He made a good effort on that possession defensively and then closed it out with the rebound.
Parker drives in. Dion. Otto Ginobili on the wing, and it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Bellinelli, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Well, Clark, a big part of why the Spurs were so good last year in the fourth was because they have so many options when possessions, Steve, start getting critical and the game is tight.
Well, no question. You got Parker to create off the dribble. You can always throw it into the low post to Duncan. But on top of that, you've got a roster full of guys who understand how to play the game and know how to play each other. Just the experience that this group has gained together over the years, I think allows them to execute under pressure.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
You know, the Spurs really have a cohesive culture, and part of that is something that Greg Popovich has been able to do, and that's being able to join guys together that normally might not hang out. For instance, you had Matt Bonner taking Steven Jackson out to a Coldplay concert last season. One way to help guys get to know each other off the court, and it helps them on the court.
Now here's Ginobili. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Ring shot on the way. There's the bucket. Good.
Wow, this has been a thriller. I mean, the way these teams are battling, just going back and forth.
Would you like to bet that this game may end on a buzzer beater? How much would you bet?
James in the post. He's covered by Ginobili. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. And back to Popovich and the Spurs, he really makes a point of getting to know his players and have them get to know one another.
That's right, Kevin. He likes to have his players have a sense of perspective about the world. He wants them to know that there are other things going on besides the NBA. In fact, back in 2012, he had the players watching the presidential debates together.
Now, here's Dion for three. And again, it's San Antonio with a three.
A wide open three. They need much better communication defensively.
Here's Cole. Cole off the pick from Anderson. And Cole kicks to Allen. LeBron. LeBron right side. And he finishes nicely on the way. LeBron's got 8.
That was the third straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
I agree, Clark, but it doesn't look like they have the will to do that at this moment.
Ball's not loose. It's stolen by Allen. And so, lots of scoring in that competitive first quarter. It's the Spurs leading by 3. And off we go. A close game. Now starting the second quarter. Guys, what's your take on the Spurs so far?
And I thought they built this lead mainly because of their work on the glass. They really dominated the rebounding totals.
And it takes an effort from all 5 guys to get a rebounding advantage like that. Everybody has to rebound the ball. That's how you finish off your defense.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Gentlemen, there is no doubt that Tim Duncan is one of the all-time great NBA big men, but his celebrity has never matched his talent. His guarded personality may have something to do with that. Duncan said, quote, "I'm not an extrovert. People try to be bigger than the game, to make themselves an individual brand. I'm not that guy. I love playing basketball, and that's what I want to do. I don't need the extra stuff." Guys, knowledge of self is so important.
Sure is. Thanks, Doris.
Well, I'll tell you what, Greg Popovich is a really impressive leader for the Spurs. He's able to keep all of his players locked into what's best for the team. Has a military background, played basketball and studied at the Air Force Academy before serving 5 years in the Air Force. And you know some of the leadership that he brings to his position was learned from his past experiences.
Now Bellinelli. 5 points in the game. Parker kicks to Bellinelli. There's the feed to Diao. Ginobili. From 13, it's good. The assist that time from Diao. And Clark, you mentioned Pop's time at the Air Force Academy. That's where he got his start in the coaching ranks.
Yeah, 6 years as an assistant there. He's head coach at Pomona, an assistant coach with the Golden State Warriors and the Spurs. And eventually moved into the front office in San Antonio. But wow, what an amazing run it's been for him. 17 years as the head coach of the Spurs. And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
Throughout the bench from Diao. Parker kicks to Bellinelli. Back to Parker. Defended by Cole. Parker left side. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
Boy, that was impressive. Major height disadvantage, but he still got the shot up over his man.
Well, he's got the poise to handle any matchup, and he's not easily intimidated. You can see that there. You know, it's kind of easy to think the Heat will be a team that hurts you more in transition than behind the three-point line, but one of the strongest parts of this Heat team is their ability to hurt you from the arc.
Splitter dishes to Parker. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Ginobili the pass to Splitter. Back to Ginobili. There's the three. That drops. Ginobili's got his second basket of the night.
This is great. Three-pointers going down quickly at both ends.
Yeah, it took them no time to answer back on that possession.
Allen defended by Splitter. Allen kicks to Bosch. And there's the 3-second violation. A different look now for San Antonio. Tim Duncan, he's checked in for Diao. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Manu Ginobili. And it's Green in for Bellinelli. And back to the Heat, they shot 39% as a team from beyond the arc, which was only bested by the Golden State Warriors. And Steve helps when you have 5 players shooting over 40% from deep. I mean, that's just incredible. Those are Steve Kerr-like numbers.
Let's not get carried away here, Kevin. Now, this is a team that's fun to watch, the way they stretch the floor and the driving lanes. But because of that floor spacing, it opens everything up for James and Wade.
It's tipped. And a fast break now for the Spurs. Here's Green. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got 5 assists in the game. Here's Bosch. No luck. Nice defense from Thiago Splitter. San Antonio's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight.
Well, coming off a title last year, you always wonder if the team will maybe relax a little bit. They usually won't admit to it, but Chris Bosch readily said it at times that his team had a difficult time lighting that fire.
Allen for 3. Can't get it to go. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. Parker drives in. Back to Green. All alone. And the jumper falls for him. And it's a 4-point Spurs lead
Yeah, guys, it's his consistent shooting that's really helped get his team into a position they're in right now.
I'm going to go back to what Bosch said. I think that is true for every team, Clark, that comes off a championship, but they usually don't admit it like Bosch.
Well, you know what? Once you've won it all, there is a bit of a relief and a little malaise that may settle over you, but I've always respected Bosch's candor. He's a guy who doesn't bite his tongue, and he articulates what he feels, and I think it's impressive that they fought back to the finals once more, because that shows they eventually did recapture that fight.
Allen, defending ball, and slammed dunk by Allen.
That was a smart pass by Wade that time.
San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Duncan dishes to Leonard. Parker outside. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Parker's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, after struggling in the first quarter, he's come alive here in the second.
And it's Wade penetrating. He feeds it to Haslam. The dish now to Bosch. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Bosch has got 10 points.
Well, it looks like he's finally found his footing in this game. His first quarter was a real struggle, but he's gotten it going now.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Gentlemen, last year, Greg Popovich received a $250,000 fine from the league for sitting out his starters in that game against Miami. They cracked down, but it wasn't the first time he'd rested his top players on a back-to-back. Pop explained the philosophy this way, saying, quote, "We're making a wiser decision and not a macho decision. It's about health and safety of players so that we have a shot at the end of the year. If I was taking my son or daughter to the game, I'd be disappointed. So I understand that perspective. Hopefully, they'll understand my perspective. My priority is the basketball team and what is best for it. Guys, it's always a balancing act."
It certainly is. Thank you, Doris. Wade passes to Bosch. Kicks it out to Allen. Jacks up a three. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. Chris Anderson is checked in for Chris Bosch. The Spurs have gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%.
You know, one of the things about the Heat since the Big Three has come together is that they've been able to find the right kinds of veteran players to step in and fill specific roles for this team as they've won a couple of championships now.
We've got 1:08 left to play in the first half. Parker outside. Duncan kicks to Parker. 4 on the clock. Duncan over Anderson. And Duncan gets it to go on the assist by Parker. Duncan's got his second bucket of the night. And it's easy to have players want to join the Heat when they're competing for an NBA title every season. But Steve, even then, they find the ones that most fit their offensive and defensive philosophy and that's when they're going to come up big for him.
Yeah, for sure. This team has done such a good job putting together this roster around LeBron and Wade. You think about Birdman in the playoffs last year, Battier coming in here as a stretch four. They've just found the right players and the right mix, and that's one of the big reasons why this team is back-to-back NBA champs.
It's Parker with the drive. Kicks it out to Leonard. Pass to Green. Duncan left side. Haslam on him. Throws up on the block. Shot is off. Wade with the defensive effort.
Been a poor shooting performance for him today, but luckily for them, a lot of his teammates have come through.
Here's Parker. It's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
And the crowd immediately letting the officials have it after that whistle.
A very unpopular call there.
Haslam a screen on Green. Wade outside. Allen outside. Oh, he put it down!
It'll count.
What a
I
shot!
think that one was
At
good.
the buzzer!
That's large to end the half. That three ties it up, and they'll go to the break still neck and neck.
It's all tied in Miami. And it's time now for the Sprint Halftime Show with Dan and Bruce. We'll be back shortly to get the second half underway.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
And now the Sunday night edition of the Halftime Show. We've seen the Heat slugging it out. Just a shooting exhibition so far. It seems like they can't miss from long range. We've seen Ray Allen scoring effortlessly against San Antonio's defense. He's got 10 points, and he's been making some nice contributions on the glass, too. And San Antonio also bringing it. They continue to dice up teams with passing, fluid play. It's beautiful team basketball. Tony Parker making a statement in this one. He's got 8 points, and as usual, he's been handing out a lot of assists. That's all we've got here. Now, back to Kevin, Steve, Clark, and Doris for the second half.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back to Miami, Florida, and the American Airlines Arena.
It's been a solid outing for Green. He has 11 points, and he's chalked up 1 3-pointer on the day as well.
Now, a lot of times, he's one of those players who can get hot and stay hot from the three-point line. So I look for him to continue to search for shots out there.
Bosch drives in, and he puts it down. Defenders rush to the rim, and a mighty slam on the end of it.
But through the teeth of some pretty soft D, I can't help but say that.
Well, let's see how that impacts things here. Because those kinds of plays sometimes can be game changers on both sides.
Outside Leonard. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Green dishes to Splitter. It's hauled in by the Heat.
Well, if you're going to learn from someone, you might as well take some lessons from Tim Duncan. That's what Thiago Splitter has done in San Antonio, really kind of growing up under the tutelage of one of the great players of all time.
Leonard, no luck. The Heat with the lead, and out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession.
Yeah, not a good idea throwing the ball down the court that far.
San Antonio's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. And Splitter taken 28 by the Spurs way back in the 2007 draft, but they had to wait 3 seasons for him to come over from Spain. And as Greg Popovich was saying just this past season, he's finally showing what he can do because he's been healthy.
Yeah, agreed, Kevin. I think it was a wait worth making,
yes,
quite honestly. I mean, one of the premier backup centers in the NBA the last 3 seasons, and he earned himself a nice payday with his new contract, too.
LeBron drives in, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Much has been made about the show LeBron puts out during games, but he also puts on a spectacle in his pregame routine. Last season, he and others started pulling out all the stops and dunking in the pregame warm-up in an effort to break a sweat.
And Clark, you mentioned the pregame dunks for LeBron, a devastating finisher. Some have asked why he's never competed in the All-Stars Slam Dunk competition. In fact, I say that every Saturday night I'm sitting on that microphone. Why is it LeBron in this competition?
Wouldn't it be nice? In fact, I think, didn't Magic Johnson even put up a $1 million incentive for him to compete? Yeah, it would be incredible to see him. I don't know. I think it's become almost a chore for players these days to enter, but it would be fantastic to see him out there.
It's stolen by Duncan. Parker with it. Now guarded by Mario Chalmers. Parker passes to Duncan. Duncan drawing the double team. The jump hook misses off the right iron.
Tough D on the inside.
Put up a roadblock, a construction barrel right there. That's what he brings defensively. Guys, you go back to the shortened season a year before last, and the Spurs were the best team on the road. But last year, they weren't nearly as dominant on the road. Still solid when leaving San Antonio, but far from the level they played at a couple of seasons ago.
The Spurs have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Splitter kicks to Green. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free basket right there.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
And you can hear the reaction of the fans to that call.
Well, it's obvious they did not like it, Steve.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Boris Diaz checked in for Duncan. And it's Ginobili in for Daniel Green. And the shot is good. 14 points for Chris Bosh.
Perseverance paying off on the offensive boards, guys.
And for the Spurs on the road last season, they would still win 23 games in hostile territory. And while that is more than the 22, Steve, they won in the shortened season, they also lost a fair amount more as well.
Well, for the Spurs, Kevin, I think they did what they needed to do. You know, the Spurs manage the regular season. They know when to turn it on and when they can maybe relax a little bit. The big thing is they just want to stay near 500 on the road, protect their home court, and be healthy going into the playoffs, and that puts them in a good position.
LeBron, he's covered by Leonard. LeBron, no good.
You see the defenders get out of his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the bucket, but not that time.
Parker drives in. Lets a floater go. Puts up the baby hook. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
You know, Kevin, Diaz is a really interesting player. He's not a big scorer, but he's capable. He can rebound the ball, not really a shot blocker, but mainly he's strong. He's a cagey defender, and then a playmaking big man can step out and you can run your offense through him because he's such a good passer.
Yeah, indeed. A very good passer for a big man. He played some small forward when he came into the league right off the bat, and you can see some of that skill set now in his play. Tim Duncan, he's checked in for San Antonio. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. That's the bucket.
You know, on defense, even on an inbounds play, you can't leave three-point shooters alone on the perimeter. They paid for it there.
Bellinelli dishes to Diao. The pass to Green. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Ginobili with the 3. Gets it to go. Ginobili's got 8.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
And here's Wade. He dishes it to Cole. There's the triple. Tim Duncan with the rebound. Duncan's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Ginobili off a pick through Diao. Ginobili can't hit.
He got the shot he wanted off that pick, just couldn't get it to fall.
But Steve, they'll take that play all day long, 10 times out of 10. That was good action.
No good. Some solid defense from Battier. Cole, the pass to Wade. Gets it to go. Wade's got his 2nd bucket.
How many times have we seen him do that? Just batter a defense with his ability to explode to the basket. You know, if you just look at the numbers without knowing who Wade was, you'd think he was probably 6'7" or 6'8", but the way he blocks shots and rebounds, even at 6'4", he just plays much bigger than he really is.
Bellinelli gets the bucket.
Nice kick out after the defense had collapsed on him.
Wade kicks to Cole. Lets it go from deep. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. Wade's got his 4th assist in this one. Some changes here for the Spurs. Splitters checked in for Diop. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Daniel Green. And Tony Parker subbed in for Manu Ginobili. And you go back, Clark, to that big man game for Wade, averaging about a block shot a game for his career.
Well, you think about it. He's 6'5", but he actually has a 6'11" wingspan, and you're not going to find a stronger guy at the shooting guard position. He's over 220 pounds, and there's nothing extra there, so he brings a lot to the table.
Doubled by Bosch. Dishes at the splitter. Duncan left side. Plenty of space. And it's Miami with the rebound. Cole's got 3 rebounds now in this one. LeBron dishes to Bosch. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. And it's now only a 1-point San Antonio lead. Knocked away. Stolen by Wade. All alone. Throws down the breakaway jam. And Clark, a great competitive game so far.
Yeah, tit for tat. I mean, back and forth, plenty of lead changes, and excellent play.
These two teams, guys, look so evenly matched to me. I think this could go right down to the wire.
Bellinelli passes it to Parker. Steps back and shoots. They got it again. Duncan. The 6-footer's good. Duncan's got 6. For Miami, they've gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the 3rd. A slam dunk by Wade.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
Still, I mean, starting to even try that right now.
And the Spurs with some changes. Diop comes in for Tim Duncan. And it's Ginobili in for Bellinelli.
You know, no denying it's been a heck of a run the last few years for the Heat, but you can't help but wonder if the impending 2014 summer of free agency could be the end of it all. The big three came together in a flash of lightning, it seemed, but it could end just as fast if one or all decide to opt out.
.30 seconds left to play in the 3rd. Feeds to Ginobili. From downtown. And it's LeBron James with the rebound. LeBron's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
This quarter has not been his best. The defense may be starting to affect him a little bit.
And here is Parker. He's got 10. Ginobili. And he uses the glass on the layup. Ginobili's got 5 points now this quarter.
That's a good shot for him there, but it's kind of puzzling to me that he's not calling for the ball today like he usually does. He has to do more if they're going to pull ahead.
It's all tied in Miami. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the 4th quarter of action when we return. And thanks for joining us again as the 4th quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. San Antonio's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Outside Leonard. Back to Ginobili. Shoots from the line, and it's blocked by Bosch. Allen drives in, out to Wade. Eddie outside, on deep. Ron right side, and out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
Just got a little careless on that pass. They should be able to connect on those.
The Spurs making a switch here. And for the Spurs, they're shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Leonard kicks to Ginobili. Pass to Duncan. Just 5 to shoot. Ginobili attacking, and it's blocked by Cole. They retain possession. And the turnover, the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And the Spurs with some changes. Matt Bonner, he's checked in for Splitter. And it's Green in for Manu Ginobili. Anderson is screen on Leonard. Here's LeBron, and it's sent back by Leonard. Here's Bosch, and gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the line.
What a great game for Bosch in this one. 16 points, and he's also got 1 block to add to the mix today.
Yeah, it's just a small part of what's been a solid overall contribution by him defensively.
That one is no good.
Well, I think this is one of the more amazing stats in sports when you think about it. No matter the season or the roster, the Spurs just seem to find ways to win 50 games. They've done it 14 straight seasons now, which is off the charts.
Kicks it out to LeBron. Heat moving the ball around. Cole. Yes, it's LeBron picking up the assist. LeBron's got his 7th assist here tonight.
Wow, fans just getting their money's worth tonight. Really entertaining ball game.
It has been. The margin separating these teams has been paper thin.
Here's Parker. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. And Clark, as you said, the Spurs last season hitting 50 wins for the 14th consecutive season. By the way, that's an NBA record. Second closest were the Lakers with 12 straight, Steve, from 79 to 91.
Yeah, 58 wins last season for San Antonio. Greg Popovich calls it corporate knowledge, just the consistency that comes with the experience of the group. And they've been together so long, particularly that core, that I think it allows the Spurs to really kind of cruise at times during the regular season.
And the Spurs making a change here. Splitters checked in and stolen by LeBron. Shot is blocked, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. Dwayne Wade, who's checked in for the Heat. Dwayne Wade. Here's Parker. Kicks it to Splitter. Wade brings the double team. 6 to shoot. Bosch. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. Miami with the ball. The Heat leading by 4. Backing down is LeBron. LeBron gets the screen from Anderson. LeBron drives in. No question, powered it down.
With that reverse jam, the fans got a little extra show there.
That one definitely had something to write. Extra on it.
That was one of those 3 or 4 plays that you see every night in an NBA game that just leaves you in awe.
Parker dishes to Duncan. Back to Parker. Passes it to Green. And just miss after miss right now.
He's still looking for his first 3-pointer of the second half after making just 1 in the first.
Bosch, that's the big for LeBron. Terrific design on the pick foot, and he lays it in. And now 8-point Miami lead.
I'll tell you what, LeBron can absolutely soar in for the finish. I remember last year the alley-oop in the conference finals against Indiana just almost put his head on the rim.
Air freight is a nickname we could dub LeBron James. I mean, he's an unstoppable force and an immovable object. Defensively, the strength, length, mobility. He can wall you up and lock you down and put you away.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Guys, thank you. I got a chance to hear what Greg Popovich was saying to his team. He was riding them pretty hard for the number of silly fouls they've committed in this game. He said, listen, we need to have some defensive discipline. Stop fighting on the shot fakes, stop reaching in, and stop giving them free points at the free throw line. We'll see if they'll respond, guys.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Heat.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And I'll tell you, the other thing that's been a factor is the transition game. They're scoring a lot of points on the fast break.
Parker off the pick from Splitter. Parker drives in. And he drops it in from the low post.
Well, the pick worked really well there. Nice job taking it right to the 10 for the layup.
This is Chalmers up top, headed by Green. Leonard against LeBron.
I got him.
Wade outside. Clock at 6. Wade right side. It's blocked. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Spurs trail by 7. Green kicks to Parker. Back to Green. Takes a 3. Cannot hit. And it's Miami the other way.
Oh, they're now +5 in the rebound category, really controlling the glass.
And rebounding is one of those non-glamorous stats. I mean, it takes work and effort and tenacity and physicality. But when you look at the scoreboard, you can see the correlation. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Yeah, not a lot you can do defensively when they continue to get the ball inside and get these easy shots.
For the Spurs, this one's not looking good. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Such a wide open look. And here's Miami. They're on a 13-5 run. Here's Haslam. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade.
And you can feel the pattern of this game, guys. Working it inside, dominating in the paint, getting good shots at will.
Well, 4 of their last 5 baskets, guys, have been of exactly that variety.
Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for the Spurs. They set the pick. And Parker, here we go. And yes, sir, that one drops.
He's locked in right now, guys, hitting some big shots here in the fourth quarter.
Miami leading by 7. Haslam, the pass to Bosch. Left side, Bosch. He's against Splitter. Shots good by Bosch. Bosch has got 9 points now in just the second half.
These defenders are not putting up much of a fight on the interior. It's been embarrassing. That's 10 consecutive points allowed in the lane.
And that's not the kind of streak you want to have if you're playing defense.
Parker dishes to Splitter. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful.
And he was one step ahead of the defense when he fired that pass for the assist.
Miami's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Wade gets to Haslam. Wade, he's covered by Ginobili. The feed to Chalmers. He passes to Bosch. Chalmers with the screen for Bosch. He's against Splitter. 2 on the clock. Bosch misses.
You just assume he's going to knock those down when he's as open as he was there.
It's good! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
The Heat have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
Game could be on the line right here.
It's basically now or never for them.
A tough position. Parker passes to Duncan. It's stolen by Haslam. And there's the foul to try to stop the break. And that'll be a clear path to the basket. 2 free throws coming up. And they'll retain possession. And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And the second of 2 is good. That increases their lead to 6. Eight-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And they go to the intentional foul. Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's an 8-point game. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 8. 27 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Duncan. 26 seconds left in the game. Here's Ginobili, and Wade sends it back. And they'll keep possession. So the first one drops, and that narrows the gap to 7. And some changes here for the Spurs. Matt Bonner, he's checked in for Splitter. Bellinelli comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Tony Parker. Miami's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. Allen. And that one comes up a bit short. Here's Bellinelli. And Ginobili. Here we go. Sinks it. Seconds left in the fourth quarter. And that's an intentional foul. Gets the first. That increases their lead to 6. The Spurs making a switch here. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game. Here's Parker. So it's Miami winning this one. They pulled off this win, Clark, with respectable performances on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I think it was just really a nice overall effort.
Well, that'll do it. For Doris Bird, Steve Curry, Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan.